This is Jameson from Cooper Fleet Services. Today is October 8th, 2021, and this is recent automotive news. Third quarter sales numbers have been released by the U.S. auto manufacturers. It looks like some of the manufacturers are starting to dig out of the hole created by COVID-19 and the lockdowns in 2020. Most notably is Toyota North America, which is showing a huge increase of almost 28% over 9 months of sales compared to 2020. They took the top U.S. sales spot in quarter 2 of this year, beating GM by just a couple hundred units, and continued to keep the pedal down in Q3, beating GM by over 120,000 units. I'm still doing my best to figure out why GM is down over 30% from last year in Q3 sales, but Toyota, Volvo, Tesla, and especially Hyundai have been able to figure out how to navigate the part shortage and continued increased health protocols. This is even more surprising when you look up the salaries of the two companies' CEOs. Mary Barra, CEO of GM, had a salary of $23.6 million in 2020, which is about a $2 million raise from 2019, despite the company making less money in 2020 and employing about 10,000 less employees. When you compare this to the CEO of Toyota Motors, Akio Toyoda, who makes about 185 million yen, which is a little over 1.6 million in salary. It really makes me wonder how GM can justify paying executive salaries like this just to get beat by your competitor that pays their CEO about 7% of what GM pays theirs. Not to mention all of the executives at GM that make a ridiculous amount of money, like their CFO at $6.3 million and president at $9.6 million and North American president at $8.1 million. Maybe I'm missing something, but I do not understand how these sales numbers justify these wages and continued raises at companies that are way underperforming. Well, I guess if they're on the verge of crashing their companies, their friends in the US government will be there to bail them out again. Why can't the rest of us get the welfare that some of the largest companies in the US get with the wealthiest executives in the world? China is one of the countries leading the way for electric vehicle sales. Over 1.5 million EVs have been purchased in China for the first 9 months of 2021. With that being said, it's reasonable to say that they will be some of the first to encounter the problems with electric vehicles. China's National Day holiday is October 1st through the 7th, and many people travel to visit families during this time. This has led to charging stations having huge queues to use the chargers, and with the charging times being around an hour on average, this has made traveling miserable for EV owners. One example given by a Chinese journalist is that the trip that they always take is about 8 hours in a conventional car, but the trip took 16 plus hours because of the 2 stops needed to recharge the vehicle. This not only causes an issue for travelers, but also the people maintaining the power grid, as holiday travel overwhelms the current electrical infrastructure. I hope the US auto industry is paying close attention to this, as I could very easily see this as a major problem as the country transitions to EVs. With auto manufacturers as a whole delivering far fewer vehicles over the last almost 2 years than the market is used to, this has driven used car prices up. A few months ago, I did a segment talking about the record used car prices, and that trend is still continuing. September's average used car prices are up 27% over September of last year and have increased 5.3% over the last month. Until auto manufacturers figure out their supply chain problems, I expect this to continue. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk announced yesterday that Tesla will be officially moving its headquarters from Palo Alto, California to Austin, Texas. Musk recently moved to Texas himself, stating that he wanted to focus on SpaceX and their new Starship development in Boca Chica and Tesla's new Gigafactory in Austin. I suspect that leaving the state with the highest personal income tax and moving to a state with no personal income tax might have played a little bit of a role in that decision, being that he's one of the wealthiest people on the planet. That's been it for automotive news this week. If you like content like this, please check out our website at cooperfleetservices.com. A like and a subscribe on the channel really helps us grow, and we really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down in the comment section of this video. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and have a great weekend. Thanks.